Hey Jews, today I want to talk a little bit about contradictions in our thinking, okay, because I feel like at this point, 5,784, okay, which is the year 2024, I feel like the nation of Israel, it's like our thinking is scattered. We're all confused. We're spread out amongst the nations, and it's like we don't really understand what it is to be Jewish. We don't understand anymore what the nation of Israel is here to do, what the purpose is at all. Okay, and there's some contradictions in the way we think. For example, okay, so we claim, okay, that the land of Israel is ours because it's written in the Torah, and we believe that the Torah is God-given, and therefore this makes sense, and we need to replace our ancestral home so we can be a nation, okay? But at the same time, okay, we don't actually believe the Torah, because if we believed it, we would follow it. So we would all be keeping Shabbat, at least. We would all be dressing modestly. We would all be learning the Torah, which is what God commanded us to do over everything else, is to learn the Torah, know what's in there, okay? So you only know the part where it's like the land is given to us, but you don't know that there's conditions. We have to actually fulfill the Torah in the land of Israel, or we will be kicked out into exile, which is currently where we are, because not most of the Jews are actually keeping the Torah or learning it. Okay, so these are contradictions that I don't personally, I can't live with these contradictions for myself personally. Okay, so when I didn't believe in God and didn't believe in the Torah, and I was contradicting my brain by thinking that the country, the state of Israel, which is anti-Torah laws, is legitimate and will save us from the Holocausts of the future, which definitely are going to come up. Okay, but at the same time, I'm completely assimilated, living completely not like a Jew, and still on the one hand, if I'm 99% doing everything like not a Jew, living like a Goya, doing all their things, celebrating their holidays, not celebrating mine the proper way, not even observing it really sometimes, not keeping Shabbat, not anything, okay? And still happy that we have a, just like as an anchor, just as like as a, backup plan that the land of Israel will be the Jews, and that when there's going to be another Holocaust, they'll just go there, and that the IDF will save us, and then we'll just believe all the things about all the wars that happened here, and we'll think that it was the IDF that saved us all of those wars up until October 7th, when now in this year, with all of the technology and all of the wars that we've won and fought and definitely learned from, and our armies are so strong and we're the smartest people in the entire world, but no, couldn't do anything, didn't do anything on October 7th, nothing. So let's reevaluate, okay? Because like I said, it's not, these things don't make sense. Why are you all up in arms against anti-Semitism when you yourself hate religious Jews? Ask yourself that. Does that make sense to you? Do you like religious Jews if you are not a God-fearing person? If you don't believe in God? If you're a secular Jew? No, you don't. And you can see evidence of that in the Holy Land of Israel if you would just come here and look. Or come here and ask anybody. Where do the Orthodox religious Jews live? In overcrowded, disgusting ghettos. Okay, and that's the only place that we can live, because that's the only place that some of our needs are met to actually live like a Jew in this land, in this anti-Torah state of Israel. One of the 19 centers for the New World Order, Fourth Industrial Revolution. You can look that up on the website, okay? So, for example, like I keep saying, because this happens to be right now that I'm house hunting, and I'm saying there's very limited places that I can live that have a place for a sukkah. That's in the laws of the Torah that we have to do. We have to sleep in the sukkah. Sleep in it. Sleep in the sukkah. Okay, so you need at least a balcony. I'm not even saying like I should have a backyard or something. That's impossible for almost, okay? So, and you want to live around other people who are going to get up in the morning and pray to God. Okay, that's not easy to find. Even in religious areas, to find people who will get up at the right time. So, what do you care if there's anti-Semitism? What is your purpose in life? What's the purpose of the nation of Israel? Why do you care if you're not actually in the definition of the nation of Israel, okay? Which has definitions according to God, who took for us to make us a nation, okay? Separated us. That's in the Torah. The very same book that tells us that this land is ours. Also says that we have a purpose. Okay, so let's just keep it short then. Okay, so basically my question to you, if you're not learning Torah, if you're not keeping Shabbat, if you're not doing any of those things, okay, I found the problem, just a second. There we go. I don't understand how things are gelling in your brain to be now, okay, like at one point, before October 7th, before all the rise in anti-Semitism all over the world, okay, maybe this made sense. Maybe there was no real, we're Jewish because we were born Jewish. But Judaism has a responsibility. Judaism means that you understand that there is a purpose in your life. You understand a little bit about reality, that it's 5-dimensional, 3 physical, 1 spiritual, and 1 is time. And this time is coming to an end. And there are things that the nation of Israel has to accomplish. There is a purpose to having the nation of Israel. Otherwise, why? And why would we have survived over all of this the entire time of existence, when it's really hard to believe that we could have done that by ourselves, okay? Without an army ever, without anything, with God. And we know the whole story of the nation of Israel. So there is no nation of Israel without God and his Torah. And that is a proper way to live in our reality so that we will be happy, so that we will be fulfilling our purpose and our lives will have meaning. If we just live like every other goy, okay, what is your personal life? What's the purpose? What are you doing that's so spectacular? Sorry, I'm sure everybody's doing amazing and wonderful things, but in the scheme of things, overall, looking at the big picture, what have you really contributed to existence? Sorry to say, and it doesn't even matter who you are. Maybe you are doing something that's significantly, improving the lives of whatever, the generations. But even if you were, look at our reality in 2024. Have those in charge allowed those great things that wonderful people have made influence our lives in a good way? No. They've classified all that information, they've taken it for themselves, and now they're building a world that will imprison us with all of those things. So my point, though, is that if you are a Jew and you belong to the nation of Israel, and you understand from reading this guidebook to our reality, and that the spiritual information is in that book that will help you live in this reality so that you are fulfilling your purpose, you are joyful, and your life has meaning because you have something to do. You have something to fix, which is your soul. And if you do that, you are actually, believe it or not, contributing to this reality in a positive way. Because you are going to bring about the revelation of God and the reestablishment of the temple in Jerusalem. You have to do your part. That is actually the purpose of your life. I have another video called Jew Have a Purpose. Okay? And so any Jew, anywhere, in any time, over the history of the whole entire history of the nation of Israel, has had that same goal, has had that same purpose, and they have fulfilled it because we are still here, which means God was still protecting us. Okay? So where are we now? Nation of Israel, 5,784. Where have we put our trust? Where have we put our allegiance? What do we believe in? And what do we believe in now? We still believe in that? You still believe in the state of Israel? You still go to the WEF website and look up the 19 centers for the fourth industrial revolution, okay, and understand that because the state of Israel is one of the 19 centers for the fourth industrial revolution, which is the WEF's Agenda 2030, which you all now know is bad. I see so many social media accounts in Israel saying, oh, could they have been in it on it? Look up the New World Order, watch the fall of the cabal, and all. Okay, great. So what? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? Who are they? Learn what God tells you to learn. Just become a Jew. Fulfill your purpose in life. Understand that having the land means fulfilling the Torah, not having anti-Torah, Agenda 2030 people, New World Order people, gay pride people in Jerusalem instead of the temple, and that's okay with you. That's okay with you. Just as long as Israel survives, that's okay with you. Just as long as the whole world accepts us and knows that anti-Semitism is bad. We're just like everybody else. We're just like everybody else. We live like everybody else, especially here in the Holy Land. Just the same, just the exact same way. Doesn't matter. You could go to Portugal and it's the same. You could go to Germany, completely the same. Go to America, Canada. Yeah, that's how we live here in Israel. No difference. There is no difference. And yet the Torah specifically tells us, separate, don't go after their ways, don't look like them, don't dress like them, don't take their customs, don't take anything from them, live like a Jew. Live like a Jew, and then you will have this land in peace. So help make it make sense for yourself, reality. Okay, a lot of people are questioning reality, so understand it with some wisdom, okay, which you can only obtain from God. That's wisdom. Understand it and get some knowledge and make it make sense. We all have a purpose. And we as the nation of Israel have a purpose, a collective purpose. And we need to start doing it. And we need to start paying attention to the spiritual aspect of our reality, okay? Keeping Shabbat, praying, saying blessings, especially before you eat, before you drink, all of those things that are written down there. Okay, and pay attention to the time. It is the end of time. 5,784 out of 6,000. We are in the end times. How far down into the slavery of Egypt do you want to go again before we get redeemed? Just like happened in Pesach. Okay, Egypt. Think just now change the word Egypt for New World Order. Wake up, Israel.